The early 20th century was a time of great change and uncertainty in Europe. The continent was a tapestry of empires and kingdoms, each vying for power and prestige. There was a growing sense of nationalism, as people became increasingly proud of their national identities and eager to see their countries assert themselves on the world stage. At the same time, technological advancements were transforming warfare. New weapons, such as machine guns and poison gas, promised unprecedented levels of destruction. Armies grew larger and more powerful, and there was a sense that war, if it came, would be unlike anything the world had ever seen. Within this volatile environment, a complex web of alliances had emerged. These alliances, meant to deter aggression, ironically set the stage for a conflict that would engulf the entire continent and beyond. Europe in the early 1900s was dominated by two main alliance blocs, the Triple Entente. Not just military pacts, but also political and economic agreements that shaped the destiny of the continent. 1907 consisted of France, Russia, and Great Britain. This alliance was a significant counterbalance. It was largely a reaction to the growing power of Germany. Established European order. Germany's set aside their differences and formed an alliance in 1894. This was a monumental shift in European politics, as these two nations had a long history of conflict. Great Britain, wary of German naval expansion and eager to maintain the balance of power in Europe, joined forces with France and Russia in 1907, solidifying the Triple Entente. At the time, played a crucial role in this alliance. The opposing alliance, the Triple Alliance, was formed earlier, in 1882, and consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. Interests, particularly in countering the influence of the Triple to protect their interests against potential enemies. The members of the Triple Alliance coordinated their military strategies and diplomatic efforts to present a united front. Germany, under the leadership of Wilhelm's ambitions and aggressive foreign policy. On a sunny morning in Sarajevo, Bosnia, the city was bustling with activity. The streets were filled with people eager to catch a glimpse of the visiting dignitaries. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, and his wife Sophie were touring the city in an open car. The couple was on a goodwill visit, hoping to strengthen ties and showcase the power and unity of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The Archduke was there to inspect Austro-Hungarian troops stationed in Bosnia, a region annexed by Austria-Hungary in 1908, much to the anger of Serbia, which considered Bosnia part of its rightful territory. The annexation had been a point of contention, causing deep-seated resentment and tension in the region. The visit was meant to be a show of force, but it proved to be a fatal miscalculation. The streets of Sarajevo were lined with both supporters and those who harbored ill will towards the Austro-Hungarian rule. A group of Serbian nationalists, members of a secret society known as the Black Hand, saw the Archduke's visit as an opportunity to strike a blow against Austria-Hungary. The Black Hand was dedicated to the cause of Serbian nationalism and the liberation of South Slavs from Austro-Hungarian rule. As the Archduke's car drove through the streets of Sarajevo, a young Bosnian Serb named Gavrilo Princip, armed with a pistol, stepped forward and fired 2 shots. Princip was one of several conspirators positioned along the route, each ready to act if the opportunity arose. The shots struck the Archduke and his wife, mortally wounding them both. The scene was chaotic, with onlookers in shock and the royal couple bleeding in their car. The assassination was swift and brutal, leaving no chance for survival. The assassination sent shockwaves across Europe. Newspapers around the continent quickly spread the news, and the event became the catalyst for a series of political and military maneuvers that would soon engulf the world in conflict. Austria-Hungary, outraged by the assassination of its heir apparent, blamed Serbia for the attack and vowed revenge. The assassination set off a chain reaction of alliances and hostilities, leading to the outbreak of World War I, a conflict that would change the course of history forever. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand set in motion a chain of events that rapidly escalated into a global conflict. This single act of violence triggered a series of reactions among the major powers of Europe, each bound by a complex web of alliances and treaties. Austria-Hungary, backed by Germany, issued an ultimatum to Serbia, demanding satisfaction for the assassination. The ultimatum was designed to be nearly impossible to accept in full, essentially a pretext for war. The ultimatum contained a number of harsh demands, including Serbian cooperation in an Austro-Hungarian investigation into the assassination. This demand was particularly humiliating for Serbia, as it implied a loss of sovereignty. Serbia, fearing a full-scale invasion, agreed to most of the ultimatum's demands, but balked at some of the more intrusive ones. These included allowing Austro-Hungarian officials to operate within Serbia, which was seen as a direct threat to Serbian independence. This partial acceptance was not enough for Austria-Hungary, which, with Germany's backing, declared war on Serbia on July 28, 1914, exactly 1 month after the assassination. The declaration of war set off a domino effect among the European powers. With the declaration of war, the complex web of alliances that had been woven over the preceding decades came into play. These alliances were meant to provide security but instead acted as a mechanism for widespread conflict. Russia, bound by treaty to protect Serbia, began mobilizing its army. This mobilization was seen as an aggressive move by Germany. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, viewed Russian mobilization as a threat and declared war on Russia on August 1, 1914. The German leadership believed that a swift victory over Russia would prevent a prolonged conflict. France, allied with Russia, was drawn into the conflict when Germany declared war on France on August 3, 1914. The French military began immediate preparations for a defensive war, anticipating a German invasion. The United Kingdom, bound by treaties to Belgium and France, found itself compelled to enter the war as well. The British government, initially hesitant, declared war on Germany on August 4, 1914, after Germany violated Belgian neutrality. Thus, what began as a regional conflict quickly spiraled into a full-scale world war, involving nations from across the globe. The intricate system of alliances turned a single assassination into a catastrophe of unprecedented scale. The war would go on to reshape the political landscape of Europe and the world, leaving a legacy of destruction and change that would be felt for generations.